Hi, this is SNP trainer from UPLATS. Today I am going to discuss about the master data in SNP. In the last session, I covered the profiles for the SNP, and today I am going to discuss about the master data. Let me start our session. Before going to start the configuration part of the master data, let me give some overview points regarding this. Uh, Normally, for SNP, master data is normally for SNP the master data is the product, location, resource, ppm or pds, transportation, length. These are the master data for the SNP. These are the main master data in the SNP side. Apart from that, some more master data is like quota, schedule agreements. So these are also there, but these are whatever is seen here, the five data master. These are the mainly used in the SNP side. With the help of this master data and with the forecast values, we are going to do the MRP planning, deployment, TLP. Okay. Uh, Let me start with the about the master data one by one. But normally in SNP, not only in SNP, in APO, we are not going to create any master data in the real time. In the real time, we are not going to create any master data. Always we are getting the master data from ECC through SIF. Through SIF only you are getting the master data. But this is demo server from our end. That's why here we are going to create the master data, and by creating the master data you get to know that which fields are important to do the planning, to do the planning, to do the deployment, to do the TLB. In the master data setting we have parameters, we have some important parameters. You get to know that with these parameters you get to know that which parameters are important to do the plan, to do the planning and deployment TLB. In the real time also, if you face any issue, most of the issues from the SNP side, most of the issues will come in master data itself only. Then it is easy to you to rectify that once you get to know about the what fields are there in the master data, and what are among them which one is important, and what parameters you have to maintain for these fields. For this purpose, here we are going to configure the master data. But in the real time, you have to get it from directly from the ECS through SIFT. Let me start our session. Mm, Here I am going to show you that to how this master, sorry, some issue in my laptop. With one example, I am configuring the master data. Then it is easy to you understand. This is the plant, DC center, vendor. This is the plant. This is the distribution center. and this is the vendor. Okay. In distribution center, what we have? We have the forecast results. We have the forecast results as 2000 with respect to the finished product under the distribution center. Okay. This forecast value is getting with the help of demand planning. Once this forecast value is available, it will request to the plant to generate the 2000 quantities. Okay, that means the finished product, whatever the finished product is going to produce by plant, the quantity is 2000. In the plant, we are really going, we are going to produce the 2000 quantity. To do this thing, to complete that finished product, we need one machine. With the help of machine only in the plant, we are going to produce the finished product. Okay, here I'm taking this one as this is a resource. This is the resource. Resource is nothing but a machine. It's a machine. It means that in this plant is going to produce the finished product with the help of this resource. Okay, to generate the finished product with this resource, we need components. We require components. Okay, thus that components will get from the vendor to the plant, which means that plant make a purchase or purchase request to the vendor for the components, and vendor will give the components to the respective plant. Okay, here we have components as component one. These are the components. Okay, DC, that means distribution center, made a request to the plant to produce a 2000 quantity for this product, finished product. Once this request get from the DC to the plant will raise a purchase requisition to the vendor to make this finished product. Plant needs these components. Once plants makes purchasing components allocate the components to the plant. Once components are available in this plant, let me mark this something. Then we get resource. I make it as in short term. I make it as RCSC. Okay. Once the component is available, plant. Once the component is available, plant is going to produce the finished product with the help of these components. Here we get the component 1 and component 2. Once the plant has a purchase to the vendor supplies the components to the plant with these components, and using this resource, plant is going to generate the finished product as a 2000 finished product 2000 quantity. Once done, once the 2000 quantity is done, then it's going to distribute to the respective DC center with the help of deployment and TLP. This is the process. If you watch this scenario, in this scenario, locations are, what are the locations we are here seeing here? Distribution center, plant, vendors. These are the locations. For the product master data, what is the product? What is the master data for product is here? Finished product item as of FP. component 1, component 2. These are the products come under this. Then come to the resource. Okay, what are the resource we have? This is the resource we have. RS is the resource. Okay. Now come to the PPM PDS master data. Here PPM PDS means it's nothing but the bomb test routing. PPM or PDS, nothing but the combination of bill of material and the routing. Here bill of material means bomb in simply can as bomb, but the full form is bill of material. Here bill of material means getting a finished product by using the components. This combination is called a bill of material, which means that for example, consider an automatic screwdriver. Automatic screwdriver is a finished product. To make this as a finished product, we need component as a handle, component 1 as a handle, component 2 as a motor. By using these components, finally, with the help of resource, we are going to produce the automatic screwdriver. Then it tends to component 1 is a motor, component 2 is a handle. These are the components. Automatic screwdriver is a finished product, which means that a combination of the motor and handle, finally you're getting the automatic screwdriver. This combination is called a bill of material. In the real-time scenario, you can see that a desktop, consider a desktop. In desktop also, it is not getting directly. It is, if you want this desktop, it is a combination of a monitor. I'm sorry, it's a combination of the CPU, keyboard, mouse, monitor. With all this, we are getting the finished product as a desktop. This scenario is complete. We can term it as a bill of material. Okay. Routing means with these components under this plant, by using this resource, finally getting this finished product. This complete process is called it as routing. Okay, which means in simply we can tell it as a the way how we are going to make the finished product is called a routing. Let me explain one more time for the routing. Routing is nothing but by using these components and this resource under this plan, you're going to generate the finished product as total quantity. Okay, which tends to the way how you are going to make the finished product is called the routing. This is about the bill of material and routing. Bill of material, bomb plus routing, we can term it as in the ECC. Once it's available in the API, you can term it as a PPM or PDS. Okay. Then next, transportation lanes. Here transportation lanes means transportation lanes has nothing but the connection between the source and destination. And simply we can term it as transportation lane it is a link. It establishes a link between the source and destination, which means that see in the generally we can talk it as a this DC make a purchase requisition to this plant to generate 2000 quantity. Once plant produce the 2000 quantity, it generates it distributes the stock to the plant to the respective DC. Generally, we can know that. But by system, if we come to the systematical system wise, we need to represent that, which means that, for example, if you consider this as source, this as a destination. In this between, we are making a transportation line. Why? Because to identify from which to identify if you to identify from where we get the purchase requisition from DC to whom, to the destination plant, like this. This is the use of the transportation lines. Okay. This is about the overview configuration of the master data. And now I'm going to start the configuration of the master data. But remember one point, master data always is getting it from the ECC to APO through SIF only. You are not going to create any master data in the APO. But here this is just server. We have a demo server. For the reason here we don't have proper master data. That's why here we're going to create in the APO side. And in the real time, if you most of the issues regarding for the SNPs comes under the is related due to the master data only. If you know the each and every point of the master data, then it is easy to you to find what's the issue there and what are the important parameters, what are the important fields in the master data. Okay, let's come to the master data configuration in the real time. Uh, okay, to create the master data, the path is we have T codes, parallelly we have the path. Come to the path, just go to the SAP menu, advanced planning optimization. There is a separate folder like master data. Under this master data, you found all master data, so what is required in the SNP. First of all, I'm going to create a for the location. Okay, just expect it. Log3. LOC3 is the T code for to create the location master data. Okay. Uh, Here I'm going to create the location TD test data. Okay. Here I am following some naming conventions to understand the purpose. And this once we have started the heuristic, then you get to know about the complete use of this what was use of the master data fields. Okay. Uh, First of all, for the location master data, what terminology I'm going to use? Sorry. Yeah. If you see here, the location in the APOC location, in the ECC location can be termed as plant, DC, or vendor. You can name it as any ways. DDPCH. Okay. Here I am using the naming conventions for the understanding purpose. See, TD, PCH, UP. Okay. Okay. First of all, I'm going to create the location for the plant. If you come to our our drawing part. See, first of all, I'm going to create a, so here I'm going to create a plant. Okay, we have locations as DC, plant, and vendor. First of all, I'm going to create for the plant. Uh, Here, how you are getting to know it's a plant, it's a DC, it's a vendor? With the help of the location type. The help of location type, we can know that it's a plant, it's a DC, and it's a vendor. If you click on F1 on the location type, if you see here, production plant, distribution center, shipping point, vendors, customer, like that here you are getting. With the help of location type, you found that it's a plant, it's a plant, it's DC vendor like that. Here I'm selecting the production plant. Why? Because here now I'm going to create for the plant. Create. Uh, here I'm putting as UTC. So these are all the normal parameters. That much not important. So just like a address. Okay. Give the having a discussion. Chicago plant. Resolution content yes. These fields are not that much mandatory. It's just like address, this country, just give the country. That means identification of the location. That means where this location, what is the address of this location. That is these two fields. It's alternate identifier. It's alternate identifier is nothing but the alias name. You can give it as alias name also here. Okay. Calendars. Here, if you see, calendars means this location for the production purpose in the production, this location will work regarding this calendar. This calendar is nothing but the time stream ID. In the is nothing but time stream ID. You see, we have a number of time stream IDs we have. Uh, Let me select and fill. First of all, fill up. Let me. Then I will discuss you about this time stream and everything. Okay, fine. Okay. If here we have calendars for production, there is a calendar. Warehouse has a calendar. Shipping there is a calendar. Receiving there is a calendar. Planning there is a calendar. This is for production purpose. We have to maintain the calendar, which means that consider if a plant is consider okay. This is Chicago plant. This Chicago plant will work for weekly 5 days. Saturday, Sunday is a holiday, and every day it has to work for 8 hours. These all are things we can give it in the time stream ID calendar. We can create our own. We can create our own time. We have to create our own time stream ID. Like that, we can assign the calendar to the respective locations, respective plants locations like that. Okay. Here I'm going. If you see here, I just select as GAP001. If you see here, what is this thing? What is the calculation rule here? Is Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday, this plant is not going to work. If you see the periods here, here we're giving as 24 hours. It means 24 hours is going to work. Now, if you want to do any changes, we can change it. No, I don't want to work for 24 hours every day. I would like to work for only 8 hours, like 8 hours like that. Just give the time from six to from which time to which time. That is enough. With calculate periods also, you can give it here. No. change calculations also. Weekdays, shifts, months, weeks, everything we can maintain here. Like this, we are going to maintain the calendar. The time, with the help of, at the time of creation of time stream ID itself, only here we given the calendars there. So I'm copying the same calendar for all planning purpose. Yeah. And this is for the PPDs. So yeah, anyhow, you're not going to in this you're not going to use the PPDs. That's why I'm not going to give any calendar here. TPVS. This is related to transportation and vehicle scheduling. This we are not going to discuss. This we, if you have the transportation and vehicle scheduling, at the time you are going to use that. Anyhow, here you are not using. This resource is related to the TPVS itself, TPVS model. VM agent does not need SNP. SNP is important for us. Stock category group, not that much important. ATD and ATI receipt. This in the previous session I discussed that this ADA and ATI, ADD and ATD receipts and ATDI issues will be helpful at the time of deployment. This is nothing but a category groups. In these category groups, we have the multiple categories. We in ATD we can represent it as AT, ATR. You can represent ATI. Additional information. This additional information nothing but is for reporting purpose. ATP. This is related to the GATP module. If you are using the GATP, then you have to maintain these fields. These are all the normal things. Save it. Plant gets saved. Once we created the plant, it is mandatory to assign this location to the active model. Yes, if you not assign to the active model, this location is not used in the planning. Okay. Next, one location is completed. Plant. Now another location. I'm going to do creating for the DC. For DC, I'm making a DLO. Okay. DLO underscore UP. This DLO is the distribution center. For distribution center, I'm going to. That's why I'm going to set up the distribution center. Create. The general give it to the time zone UTC. Address. Sorry. Distribution medium. Give the description of the distribution center. US. Alternatively, not need calendar, just give it the same name what we used previously. I'm using the same calendar for all purpose. Normally, this will provided by the business. Which calendar you have to use? CPU is not necessary. VM calendar is not necessary. SNP. Just ATD discuss the ATR. ATD issue is the ATD. Like, additional information not required. ATP is not required. Yeah, save it. Save. Properties. Right. Okay. Saved. One system. Don't forget to assign to model. Active model. Added. Now next is the vendors. Next. Next, we created for the DC, we created for now we are going to create it for the vendors. What conventions use for the vendors? DPO. Okay. For understanding purpose, here I'm using naming convention. This is vendors. Then I'm setting here vendor. Location type as create. vendor location, time zone, UTC, address same as is. No need calendar for calendars, just use the calendars. If you not necessary, VM not necessary, SNP is a minor. It is stock category group is related to the stock. Uh, once we saved, then don't forget to assign the model. Okay. Yeah. We created the location. We created the location master data for the distribution center, for the plant, and for the vendors. Normally, in the real time, it's getting from the ECC directly with the help of SIF. Getting through SIF, we no need to assign. We no need to do assign to active model. It's automatically assigned to automatically once it's going to receive. But if you want to create a master data manually, you must and should assign this to active model. Okay. Once we dealt with the master location master data, it is better option to run the consistency check. To run the consistency check, first of all, go to the planning area. MSDP, this is the default. Just go to the planning area. Here we are going to create for SNP purpose. That's why I'm going to SNP planning area. And SNP, this is the SNP planning area. Go to the system, go to the extras, consistency check, initialize the planning version. The version is 000. The version is always 000. Log, repair, log, check concept. And don't forget to enable this check SNP master data. Why? Because here we anyway are going to create the SNP master data. If you enable this one, then it's going to check that SNP master. Otherwise, you don't check that master data. Okay. Execute. Yeah, no issues. If any issues is there, red mark will be there. Okay, everything is green and say there is no issues. Come back. Okay, we done with the location master data. Next is we have to go for the product master data. For product master data, just go to this product. In the master data folder, we have the product folder. Go to that and just click on this. The key code for the to create product is mat slash SAP API slash mat. Have a click. Okay. See here, product is we have products, we have global product and location based products. If it's a global product, that means it's applicable for all and every each and every location. Directly we can select here the global data. No, it's a product is a particular location specific. Then we have to select the location option and we have to get the location name there. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. Come to the product master data. It is a location specific and it's global data. If it's global data, just select the global data option, or it's a location specific, and select the location and you have to give the location with this product. Okay. In this case, here the product is finished product. Finished product under plant. That is one option. Let me give here. Let me give it here. Okay. Okay. Finished product. Come to the product. Finished product at plant. That is one combination. Finished product is one combination. Another one is component one at vendor and component two in same vendor. Okay, here we have three products: one finished product at plant level, one component at vendor level, and another component at vendor level. Okay, uh, let me start creation of this product master data. Okay. First of all, I am going to create the product at finished product at plant level. It means I am going to create a finished product at plant level. Test data, finished product. It's better to check the naming convention before you are going to, yeah, FSD. Finished product. UP. Okay. Under which location we are going to create? Under plant. Already we create a plant with the name as TD PCH, Chicago plant. We already created. UP. Yes. Create. Click on create. Okay, it's automatically came there. Otherwise, you can get it from the autofill option. If we already created, just click select from the, just remove this 500. These are all locations we have, but we created the TDPCH UP. This is our Chicago plant. Okay, trigger it. This production plan, I think we already discussed it. Specific person responsible, and in the concept of specific person responsible. Just give the names. Just give the name. Same name I'm going to give. You can give same name or different name. It's your choice. But it's this request is get from the user. Users will confirm on that. Sorry, base unit. Here I am base unit maintain as a PC. That means for complete all these configurations to maintain as a PC base unit. Here I am naming as a finished product. For example, I am going to create an automatic screwdriver. Okay, here the finished product is automatic screwdriver. Components as a handle and motor. Okay, here I'm giving the product description as an automatic screwdriver as a finished product. Okay. PC. Yeah, these properties, this material data, material group, product information, product hierarchy, country for origin, these all of fields you get it from the ECC. This get it from the ECC. Whatever maintained in the ECC, the same thing here you're going and getting in the ECC. But SDP relevance, if you come to the SDP relevance, which means that here relevant for DPR and SNP, not relevant for SNP or DP, relevant for SNP, not for DP, which means that this this product, if you want to use for both DP and SNP, just select this option, relevant for DP and SNP. If you don't want this product, and that means if you don't want this product to be used in the planning, just select, instead of delete this product, just select this not relevant for the SNP or DP. It will not involve the planning. If you want to do for the SNP purpose only, if you don't want to do for the DP, then select these two options. Here I'm selecting for both the DP and SNP. Okay, the self-life planning, everything you'll get it from the ECC system. Okay, properties 2. Sorry, this is nothing but the alternative name, unit of measures. See, the base unit is a PC. The base unit is a here. The base unit is PC. Whatever quantity is available for for this product is always is shown in the PC only. For example, if I need to maintain some alternative units, why? Because in the master in the ECC side, they maintain it in different term. In the ECC side, they maintained as a kgs. For example, if they maintain as a kgs, but here what we are getting here in the PCs. At that time, what we will do, if you consider two 2 kg as a one PC, okay, you can save it. That means it will be saved. Here, the alternate unit of measurement here alternate unit of measurements means if in the ECCs in the source side, if they did any changes, that changes is reflected here. We can do it with the help of the alternate unit of measure. Classification, no need. This packaging data, the packaging data is related to the is not belonging to SNP side. There's a not that much necessary for the packaging data. Storage also not that much necessary. It's related to the storage side. ATP. ATP. If you are using the GATP module, these fields are important. Here we are not going to use the GATP. SNP one. These are the important fields. If you come here, this SNP field, here we get the costs. Penalty cost, location dependent penalty cost. Let me fill this one first, then I will tell you what's the use of this. If you see, here I am giving the delay penalty. Why you are maintaining here delay? Penalty cost. Why we are going to delay maintain here? See, we have one engine called optimizer. It's a cost-based planning. Cost-based planning. In that case, also we are going to use this penalty cost. And normally, company means one example, Unilever and distribution center. Distribution center is considered as a big bazaar. Unilever, big bazaar made a contract that every month I want 1,000 quantities, 1,000 soaps every month. I want it on or before 10th. I want it on or before 10th. If I get on or before 10th, there is no penalty. No, if I get it after 10 days, after 10th, then you should have to give me a penalty. This contract has to be made once they are going to start the business with them. The company also will agree for this. Why? Because they are getting the every month they're getting the bulk request. It's a regular going on. They also get the business. Due to that, they made the agreement. And if the company will not provide the product on time, they had to provide the penalty. That thing we had to maintain here. This will be this penalty cost. Everything will give the costing team. We have a costing team. They will give all these details. Okay. This is location dependent. That means for this location, for this plant, this field is related to the for product level. For complete product. That means for this product in any location. That means for complete product level. Then SNP2. we already created this demand profile, supply profile, deployment profile to maintain these fields. And I already in the last session I already discussed about this all these fields for forecast origin, full deployment origin, push deployment origin, push distribution fair share, everything I discussed. Instead of creating each and every field, we are simply giving here the demand profiles names. Very easy to us also. I'm selecting here. These are the here I'm going to demand profile. Okay, I'm just giving the option, just selecting the profile. It's automatically click field. Demand. Uh, these will, yes, this will directly get it from the at the time of characteristics based running. This will be useful, but here I am not going to use here. Uh, this is the important field, PPDS. PPDS, while using PPDS, this is important. But here, this PP planning procedure, production planning procedure is mandatory. If you check here, if you know, by default, it is a 2, which means that manual without check. We had to set to the cover dependent requirements immediately. Okay. Next is procurement. Yes, this procurement is a mandatory field. We have to maintain it. Normally, this has to come from the ECC to APO only. But let me show you. Here I am procurement type. Here procurement type is here I am. What is my product here? Finished product under plant, which means that in-house production. In the plant, I am going to produce this finished product. That's why I am going to select here in-house production. By mistake, if I select it's any wrong, then it will be it will leads to a wrong result in the heuristics one. Okay. Just this cost, this product storage cost, station panel, this will be all given by the costing team. No need to worry about these things. Okay. GRGI. These are also things. GRGI time. Everything will given by the costing team. You don't need to worry about this thing. Just for the information purpose only, I'm going to be one pieces. Okay. Pieces each one each PC. So costing team can be one give it as one is more than no need to mention anything. Extras. Here is these are let's save it. Products. Don't forget to assign to active model. Assign to active model. We create a product as FSTUP under location PCH. Similarly for the vendors. Now I created a finished product plant level. Now I have to create a component, one component to vendor specific. Okay. What is the name connection? Yeah, TDS section. UP. Under which locations I want? Under Panda. Component one. Just consider SH is a component one. This component I have in the vendor. TD. Okay. Create. It's a handle. I'm named as a component one handle. This one has a PC. Administration data. No. Just give it as any name. Properties no need to do any anything here. Get automatically. STP links blank only. Properties no need. Multiple interface also no need. Classification package data storage no need. ATP is also no need. Demand SNP is already maintained. Okay, just give it as sorry. Why I'm maintaining this all fields is it's at the time of heuristic at the time of heuristics and optimize the CTM you get to know about the use of these things. Say SNP2. Just give the profiles directly. Deployment. Demand no need lot size. If you want to maintain lot size, then you can give lot sizes lot. If you want, if you need to maintain a safe system, that we have to put this. But these fields are directly get from the ECC. ECC system will handle take it, but from our API, there is no need to take any action on this relation regarding these fields. That's why I'm not going to discuss that much about this. The planning person, let's make it as a procurement. Yes. This procurement, which means that here this component under vendor is an external procurement. Okay, it's an external procurement, which means that he is not going to do any production in the vendor. The vendor is not going to do any production. It is getting procurement. It is going to procure. Okay. If I select any wrong here, definitely it will be it tends to wrong in the results. Let me. Okay. EF. Procurement is a EF. EF, external procurement. It's not in the in-house production. That means it's not a plant. It's a vendor. That means it has to be certain external procurement. If you want to maintain any cost, just put this cost will get will given by the costing team. We no need to maintain any cost here. GRGI here I simply maintenance 111 I'm simply maintaining the maintain for 111. For the optimizer, it is mandatory field. That's what I'm going to use here. Penalty cost is initially not saved. Okay, fine. Okay, penalty cost I have to maintain. It's not saved. Not saved the penalty cost. Okay. They are not changed. Okay. Yes. I'm done with these things. After it, assign to active model. Like similarly, I'm going to create the same another component under the same plant. The name is a motor. For the motor, I'm naming it as a, for motor I'm naming it as RMO. Create component to as motor, automatic motor. Base unit is PC. Administration. Just give it name as 2. You can give it name, no issues, anything. Same thing. I'm directly going to create this property. So what is this SNP2 tab? Where is this SNP2 tab? SNP1 SNP2 is mandatory for me. Here I'm maintaining as 10 100 10 SNP2. Okay, just give the profiles as it options not working properly. SNP is over. PPDS just select as a 3. Procurement is an external, is also an external procurement. Down in house production, external procurement. Yeah. Cost will give a resolution. If you maintain anything, just give it as one PC. Extras no need. Save it. Because I think there are some not saved to the database. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I will tell the reason why we get this information. Why? Because here it's a vendors, it's a components. For components, for vendor side components, no need to maintain any penalty cost. So that's why it's giving that much. It's giving the message like the penalty cost is not showing database. Database. Why? Because the vendors are not. It's already the product is already available. If it's available, no need to maintain any penalty cost. That's why getting this message. Assigned to model. Okay. We created the product, finished product plant, components at vendor, component and vendor. In the similar way itself only, we have this finished product DC also we have this. Okay, in DC also we have this finished product DC, finished product DC center we have, at DC level we have, and the components at the plant level also we have. If you see here, finished product plant level DL. This is one set. Furtherly, we have plant at DC level also we have, and component one at plant level we have, and component two plant level also we have. Once these components available in this plant only, then we're going to produce. Once we get this finished product, we have to produce a DC. We have to maintain this product location combination in a SNP also. But here I'm not going to maintain. There is the same concept. What we maintained previously, the same thing is also here. That's why I'm not going to plan here. Okay. The next. Once let me go it fastly. Why? Because this whatever I'm creating here, that I'm going to use in the heuristic. That's why I'm going to create here. I will take it up later. After once I did the session, I will create it manually. Okay. Then let me finish this master data. Once we created the product master, it is always the good option to run the consistency check. Go to the extras, consistency check, initialize the planning version. Planning version is 000. Log, repair, log it. Yeah, no issues. Everything is fine. Let me give some overview. Okay, this is about the product master data. And similarly, we have to create the product master data with respect to a finished product under distribution location, and the product and the component one under plant, component two under plant. We had to create mandatorily. Okay. And these are all the fields what we need to maintain. Level also not needed. Okay. 6 plus, okay. Then next master is the resource master data. We are done with the location master data, product master data. Then next is the resource master data. Yes. Okay. Here resource means it's nothing but in the API it's called as resource. In ECC we can term it as machine, work center. Like that we can term it as a resource, work center. Or in general we can have machine, but in the ECC term it as a work center. Okay. Why with this resource only we are going to produce the finished product in the plant. Okay. Now we're going. Now let's start the configuration part of the resource. There is a resource master data folder is there. Just click on that, or otherwise if you know that and otherwise you can go in the T code also. The T code is /SAP/RSC01. Just go double click on that. Just give the name. Just maintain naming convention. It is a good option. I'm giving maintain as a 3D assembly access. UP. Okay. In which location this resource is there? In the plant location. In the plant location. We have the plant. TD, PCH, UP. This is our plant. Okay. Planner, give the planner name. The planner is nothing but for this resource, who is the planner? We already created the planner as a TWO. Just give that name. That is enough. Okay. Resource category, production, transportation, warehouse handling. It's a production. Okay. Version 000. Click on create. Okay. Here we have options like single mixed, multi mixed, production lines, line mixed, bucket, vehicle transportation. This vehicle transportation, this all are come under this transport TPVS, vehicle scheduling. No need to maintain anything for this thing. Just it's necessary to maintain single. Okay, this is under this location. If you maintain any factory, just give the factory calendar. Uh, times. If you have any factory, give the factory calendar directly. Click on the buckets. The buckets get dimension. Just go to the resource thing. Yeah. These documents I will share once I complete all this. This document I will share. In this document, I provided the each and every step with the screenshots. Then it is easy to understand which steps are more important for you. For you can get it from here. Okay. Okay, fine. First of all, I am going to create the quantity rates and definitions. First of all, I'm going to create quantity rates and definitions. Uh, just a minute. Yes, okay. Here I'm going to create the resource master data. First of all, while creating the just come out. Okay, just give the resource name. Okay, under which location I'm going to create under the plant PC head under the plant Chicago. I'm going to create a click on the resource. Here, select the definition. Factory calendar, you can mention US, anything you can mention. definition. Planner. Um, you can give it planner any name. TW. I'm giving the planner 2W. Who is the planner for this? 2W. Okay. Definition. Under this definition, I am creating the here. Why I'm going to create this, which means that here I'm giving the different sources here, different sources, different resources. I have two resources. For example, def underscore up underscore one. Okay, which means that this is the machine. This is the machine one. This has to value up to 1999. Who is the planner? Planner I'm giving it in. Give the planner name, number of periods, one period type day per one day. What is the capacity? 8 hours. Okay, and what is the penalty cost? Is the cost 1,000. Okay, save it. Machine 2. Valid to this planner. Who is the planner? Is the planner name? Here I'm making the same planner. Number of periods, one period type day, 10 hours. Penalty cost 1200. Which means that I created two resources. I have two resources with different work times, different capacities, and different penalty cost. This penalty cost will help for the time of optimizer. It is going to be used. Okay, save it. Come back. Click on capacity variant. Okay, assembly capacity variant 0, valid from buckets resource. Definition. Okay. Sorry. Just give the resource name. Category. Production. Just come back. That's why it already kept on. Time zone.